Hey guys, what's going on? Demand today is the topic. Again, I wasn't here earlier in the week, and I wanted to make sure that you guys had a chance to practice the graphing before we jumped in and actually started to graph. So bear with me on this for me, okay? What we're going to be doing today is going through and basically graphing these. All right, so a little practice. We reviewed graphing a little bit. So again, as a reminder, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I set my axes to something first. Here's my origin. All right, now I know that my price is 8, so if I count and I see the highest price is 8 and my highest quantity is 100, I know kind of my ranges. So I can go 2, 4, 6, and 8 there. And come back on this side and I see that I go from 40 to 100. I don't want to jump all the way to 40 unless I plan on counting by 40s. So what I'm going to do is jump to 25 and go 50, 75, and 100. All right, now comes the part where I plot. At a price of $2, I have 100 units. All right, at a price of $6, I have 60 units. Well, I don't have 6. Oh, I skipped one. At 40, I have 80. At 4, I have 80. I don't have an 80 on there, but I have to kind of use my best estimate to kind of make that happen there. Now, as I can continue that up, I can see I go 6 to 60. All right, at a price of $6, I have about 60 units. And last but not least, at a price of 80, I have 40. All right, now that that is done, what I can do is I can connect my dots here, and I'm going to put an arrow there, and you guys will learn why in just a moment. All right, so there is my curve right there that I created. All right, let's move on. Let's try another one. This one I'm going to be asked to do 2. Again, I'm going to start with my 0 here, make sure that that's labeled. All right, and I can see that my highest quantity is 50, and my highest price is 15. So I have my ranges set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, and 20, just for ease there. Now here I have kind of 4 to get there, so I'm going to count by 15s and do it this way: 15, 30, 45, and 60. And I'm covered inside of my ranges. Now the first line I'm going to make green. All right, so what I see is I see a quantity A is 40 at a price of $5. All right, so somewhere right about here. All right, at $10 it goes to 35, so as I go backwards here. All right, at $20 there's a price of 13, or at 20 supplied or demanded there's a price of 13. That's kind of right in the middle, right there. And last but not least, at 15 I have a price of 15, which is perfectly on that grid for me. Now what I want to do is I want to connect those dots again, kind of connect down to the right. Not perfect, but it's kind of there. All right, the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to make that one purple. All right, and that's going to be my B. So we're going to label this A, because we don't really know what it is just yet, but we're going to label it quantity A. Quantity B is going to be purple, and I have 50 at a price of 5. So here's my quantity of 50 at a price of 5. At a quantity of $10, I have 40, which is going to be pretty much right there. Again, keep working my way through. I have 13 and 30. All right, so that's going to be on the same line right here, just like that, and then I get up to 20 at the price of 15. All right, now what I'm going to do is connect those dots once again, and there we are. I'm going to call that B, and I am done. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about demand. And demand is the ability and willingness to purchase a good or service. Now why I have to say it that way is I have to say it that way because it's not everything that we want. I can demand a lot of things, but it doesn't work for the demand when we talk about economics. The only thing that works when we talk about the demand for economics is what we can actually purchase. The law of demand states that as the price goes down, the quantity demanded increases. Now that allows me to really see basically what's going on. And what it looks like is this: as price goes down, quantity demanded increases. We have an inverse relationship for when we talk about demand. Right? So demand is not what we want. Instead, it's what we can actually buy. And demand will always point down to the right. Right? And that's really the gist of demand for what our purposes are. So as you guys go forward, you guys are going to have a chance to graph one of these options here. And what we'll see is the price and demand. So I start with my origin here at 0. All right, and I can see that my highest quantity is 100 and my highest price is 65. So I need to count probably by 25s here. Go 25, 50, 75. And I'm covered there. Probably do 25s on this axis as well. 25, 50, 75, 100. And now I'm ready to plot my points. I'm going to plot in purple right now. At a price of $20, I have a quantity of 100. Which is right about there. At a price of $35, I have a quantity of 80, which is going to be probably right about there. All right, and as a price of 50, I'm going to have 50, which is going to fall right on that dot there. And then at a quantity of 25, I will have the price of $65. So we'll put that right about there. And because it's demand, I know it's going to be pointing down and to the right. And there we are. All right. So I want to label that with a D now that we know what it is and make sure that we're aware. So thanks for watching. That's how you do a demand curve. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing your guys' graphs.